Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you are new. I'm Foxy's and I have another Paralives video. We are going to be building a shell inspired by French architecture. It is specifically this building. I'll pop up the text and some pictures because I know I can't say that. Now we are going to be building on the biggest lot this game has to offer. For this video, it is just going to be a shell for part 1. I'm hopefully going to be doing a full interior in part 2 next week because I really want it to go more in depth. I've already seen a few CC pieces that would look really good in here, but I'm a bit curious about what you guys think about CC. Do we hate it? Do we love it? I always try to use no CC just to get the bare bones of the game. And for those of you who have lower end PCs, but there comes to a point where the base game just doesn't have those certain few options that I would actually prefer. And I'm not gonna lie, it tempts me every time when I go on the Steam Workshop. I did originally have one pair in mind when I was making this home, which is honestly kind of crazy. I know this is such a huge house, so I would understand if you wanted to add more rooms if you would like. But in my mind, it was just for one para, maybe two if we have a couple. But it'll honestly make a lot more sense in the other video when I decorate it. So right now I'm working on this super fancy doorway for the entrance. I am using a lot of pillars and some debug options just to get the look right. I really wanted it to be taller as the normal doorway is really small. And given that I did use the highest height this game would allow me to for the walls, just to give a little bit more room for the bigger windows I wanted to do, as well as some more room for molding around the whole build. The little text you see above the doorway is also custom too. It is some of the options that come with the debug mod. I definitely did use that mod a lot during this build, so I will add that into the description for you guys. This did take me a little bit to line up, but the debug menu does have some hidden gems in it if you dig long enough. It's kind of like thrifting. You don't know what you're gonna find till you have it. I also did find some hidden grass clutters. I used a magnifying glass and just searched literally grass clutter. I don't know if it's with the debug menu or if it's just in the regular game if you search that, but this option is honestly really nice for decorating because when you put stuff on the Steam Workshop, like homes, it kind of removes the terrain paint, so there's none of the grass where I would actually prefer it to be. For some wall decoration, I am using gravestones. I think this game calls it tombstones if you are searching for it. They have this really pretty swirl at the top and it adds a little bit more character to the build. It kind of sounds weird, but trust me, it works and it fills the spot kind of perfectly. For the windows, I'm adding some fake ones with black bars just to break up the wall and bring more contrast in. I'm not doing landscaping just yet, but I am thinking about lots of green trees, bushes, maybe some roses. I feel like roses would look really good with this style. Very romantic, very dramatic. It kind of gives me Bridgerton vibes if you do watch that show. I'm also adding these tiny Christmas decorations to the exterior. Nothing crazy, it's just little pieces to give it a little bit more personality and color. Moving on, there's a whole lot of repeated windows in this build, like a lot, but that's kind of the vibe we are going for. Since with French style homes, they're super focused on symmetry. Everything lines up, everything mirrors itself. It's very, if I have a window here, there is going to be the exact same window on the other side. So I just went with it. Later on, I did add an extension to the home, which in my mind, I thought that it would be sort of the kitchen where the cooks, the chefs, the maids could possibly go out through that door. I did cut out when I was doing the backside of the windows. It would have taken me 1,000 years to repeat the exact same thing again. It's literally just the same layout, just flipped around. You're not gonna miss anything, I promise. Speaking of, I had so much fun using the advanced tool, but it did take a lot longer than I had hoped for, so this video is coming out a week late. I swear every time I use the advanced tool, I'm like, oh, this will be quick, and then suddenly, and I'm manually adjusting the window by 2 degrees. Completely a sickness at this point. I do love the custom design, so it's always this internal battle of, do I spend 4 hours and make a simple build, or do I make something that takes me days but I know I will love? And clearly, I always choose chaos. But anyways, if you didn't already know, I do have a Tumblr, which is a crazy statement in itself since I haven't used that since 2014. But it's actually a really nice place to post my work in progress and updates for all my Paralives stuff, as well as some links. So if you are interested in that, I will leave that in the description down below. And for the roof, I kind of winged it. I wasn't sure of the direction I wanted to go, so I did restart a few times. I ended up going with roofs that have the flat top, and honestly, they turned out really cute. I also added a few windows up there just to make the roof feel a little bit more interesting, which is always a bonus. And if the roofs didn't clip so badly, I would have probably made this a 3-story build, but they do, so I'm not even gonna attempt that right now. Maybe if it gets fixed, I'll come back at a later update, because honestly, this has become one of my favorite builds. Something about the light colored brick is so beautiful, especially when they have some vines on them or exposed moss. I know those are typically bad for a wall, but they do look good. Moving on, this house is expensive. Like, the windows alone ate half the budget because they are all built with custom advanced tools. So if you are trying to earn this legitimately, good luck. I don't know how long that will take, but I believe in you. So far, this house is coming along really nicely, and the outside of it kind of reminds me of the Sims 3 university dorms. Those tall brick buildings with those dramatic windows. For those of you wondering, this is what it would look like, and that kind of just instantly hits the Sims 3 nostalgia for me. If they ever did bring out a feature where I can create a whole map, I would definitely try to make a university world for you guys, as that pack was very special to me. I remember spending countless of hours just in it. I also feel like this building could fit a really huge dorm. Hopefully they do make that a pack inside the game, because that would be awesome. For the build itself, I used tons of windows just for more natural lighting, because in-game, I kind of think the lighting sucks, so this is kind of perfect. While I was building this, I also had been in this little era where I kind of wanted to start making CC. Nothing crazy, like I'm not going to make a whole furniture pack or anything, but I keep thinking it would be fun to make some simple stuff. I used to do Blender a long time ago. I think the only things I've ever made were like a pot with the plants in it and a sprinkled donut. In a way, it was very beginner energy, but honestly, it was cute. And lately, I've been seeing people on YouTube using the in-game textures like the glass, the wood, all that. And it looks a lot more easier than doing the textures itself in Blender like I used to. But I did remember when I did do it, my computer took forever to bake everything, render it, and pray my computer didn't fucking crash during the whole process. As well as the tutorials I followed, they were definitely not low poly, though my poor old PC was like, please stop. I definitely have better computer parts now, so I don't think that would be a problem anymore. I know games like these do prefer the low poly. Anywho, I think I would need to clear some space. My storage is like 90% of old recordings and screenshots I forget to delete. So if I actually do try and make CC again, I would have to do a digital spring cleaning first. But in my head, I have so many ideas, like I'll be building and suddenly, oh, I wish I had this one specific clutter. This would look cute if I could just make it myself. So maybe one day. I'll start with something tiny, a little bit harmless, like a vase or a candle, a little decorative book stack, baby steps I'm talking. Speaking of babies, some baby decor CC would be adorable. I don't know, maybe some occasional CC pack would be fun. Something small, something definitely low commitment. As I have this really bad habit of getting really into a subject and then putting 150 into it, and then after that I get totally burnt out. So if I were to do it, it would have to be small items, you know? So on the Steam Workshop, I have been looking at other CCs and what people have been making. There is a ton of beautiful things. I have a few CC creators that I do love, but there has been an influx of people making AI in their thumbnails, which is really weird to me. Like, why do you even need that? You could just put some text over a screenshot and call it a day. Instead, the thumbnails end up looking kind of strange, and half the time the CC doesn't even match the artwork, which is super annoying. It's just a really odd choice to me. I don't know, it's just feels unnecessary. Anyways, this is kind of a short commentary because I wanted to get this video out. The rest of this, I will just leave as music. Hope you guys don't mind that, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.